Hi, and welcome to another video from my YouTube channel, All Things Flight Simulator X, where you will find videos packed with tips and tours and helpful information for those on budget systems and commentary. So today we're going to do a San Juan Island run. The briefing is as a pilot for Kenmore Air. I spend my summers flying tourists between Seattle, San Juan Islands, and destinations in British Columbia. This morning's flight is a regular scheduled trip from Kenmore's main base in Kenmore at the north end of Lake Washington to Lake Union in Seattle, and then up Puget Sound, where I'm going to stop by Whidbey Island Naval Air Station to check out a free add-on airport that I installed there and haven't checked out yet. Then we're going to move on to Friday Harbor. So free pre-flight checklist is to take care of that, to ensure that I have made sure the four things that are going to be forced to use the third and fourth processors, so that Flight Simulator can have 1 and 2 to as much to itself as possible. There's a moving map which I just loaded and is not changed. The desktop Windows Manager I already did, and the 2 instances of the NVIDIA Share, which is the recorder, have been set so they don't interfere. So there's tip number 1: get things out of the way of Flight Simulator's use of the first 2 processors. On this is an upgraded GPS. It's version 6 of Arthur G. Monroe's. Anyway, we're fixing the zoom here to be eyeball view, neither zoomed out or zoomed in all views. There we go. And there inside the cockpit, the same thing. What are they? Oh, that one's already correct this time. Actually, for some reason, it is not on the virtual. Don't know why. And the virtual is off of zoom, so we want 1.0 there too. So see, we have a much more realistic view of like it would be in a real plane, the sizes, and we will not have distortion. Peculiar to this run, as you will see, I don't have the PhotoReal loaded right now. This is all standard, and that's because the PhotoReal actually has land right here and we can't get off of it. So we're going to start the flight, get off of this little spot, and then I'll load it later and cut that out of the video. Again, this is Blue Sky. It will be Blue Sky Sceneries at www.blueskyscenery.com is the PhotoReal, and they make the moving map too. So let's get on with this, huh? There goes our co-worker. It would be nice if I would start the engine. In just 1 second, and I will be back. Okay, we're back with the PhotoReal loaded. There's a sailboat. And there's another little yacht or something going on. The I'm going to go higher than this guy and higher than usual. We're going to go a little bit farther east. Just a little bit. You can check out my other video is PhotoReal enhanced Mount St. Helens mission, where we evacuate some people right out of the crater. Not sure if I mentioned it's Blue Sky Sceneries at www.blueskyscenery.com. You guys do a great job and need to be encouraged to continue. They've done several states, but I think he may be slowing down. They need some more support over there. There is only one season at this point. Oh, there's a little flash there. That's a fluke. That doesn't always happen. Not sure why that just happened.
66 Zulu, Kenmore Base. There's a guy at Lake Union who just booked a charter to Lake Cushman on the peninsula. I know you were scheduled for a Friday harbor flight, but if you're looking for a challenge, this might be more interesting. Shorter, too. If you want to do it, let me know. Roger, 66 Zulu. You keep the Friday harbor run. 598, as you just heard, you've now got a Lake Cushman charter. The guy's waiting for you on the dock at Lake Union.
No problem. 598.
That menu bar, so we have just more less clutter. Like this golf course down here with this whole neighborhood in the middle. And I wonder how many golf balls these guys have gotten through their windows. And it's starting to clear up a little bit. As we get close to some of these cars, if I've turned them down, I mean the automobiles running along the highway, I turned it down this time about 20% so that maybe there won't be so many. Sometimes if that's what you want to feature, you can turn them up. I turned up the boats because I wanted to feature them since there's a lot of water around here. This area right in here has some hotels. I think these buildings represent. I actually stayed at some of these hotels when my friend had some meetings or seminars to attend. The road come out here and we would drive over here. That's Interstate 5, and we go around there and drive along this road here, or maybe that one. And their meetings were over there. There's still some automobiles even at 20%. I'm going to come over here a little bit so I can land. So I can get back in position to land, excuse me. Some nice restaurants in that, in here, and yachts obviously all throughout here. As we get low, the scenery will flatten out and blur. That's the nature of that beast. This beast.
66 Zulu, roger.
There's the shadows. You can see I do have, this is not about getting the performance by knocking everything down. It's about knocking what's necessary down, but keeping everything as high as possible. Also, most of my settings are on high or even ultra high. Except for, I think there's reasons not to go higher on the water than the 2 times. There's our passengers. There's obviously that boat back there. As a result of having autogen boats on. Oh, yeah, I did want to mention that when you're running this scenery, I turn autogen buildings off. I mentioned that in my other one because they kind of mess with the your perception. Got our passengers. Let's the building that kind of came up and disappeared. Let's get on with this. To our next leg. Now we can get up there and very cool in this PhotoReal. Be doing one of the other missions I do plan on doing is the resort supply. That is also up here in Washington, but it's over by Lake Chelan.
Six Zulu, roger. Have a good flight.
Hopefully I remember to try to keep that mouse off of the main screen. Let's get inside. There's that road. Get inside and look at things from a cockpit view. And until we get higher, might as well look around the cockpit. Make sure these guys back here got their seat belts on. Not yet. Oh. There's a notepad up there. Let's turn the autopilot on to at least handle the altitude. We're at 2,000 feet right now. See how we looking as far as blur and high enough for my old machine here to render this without being blurry. Not quite yet. It's still looking either blurred or medium resolution at this point. It'll get there. It's like another little golf course over there. This wiki will actually show the roads and the streets. Check that out. If we get in real close, we will start getting street names. Green Lake neighborhood. We could get closer in there, but I'm not going to do that. We lose the sound when that's in the forefront. So you can see all the blocks, but that's obviously some area called Ballard and Greenwood and North Beach, Blue Ridge. Love that information that we get out of that. But for this flight, I'm going to turn that off because we're not touring that. I'll do other flights that will feature that. I'm going to turn that off because, you know, one less thing for the system to have to do. And allows me to show off the scenery. Now, I know I'm getting way off track, so let's get this guy. Oh, we're not that far off track. But we were headed there. We need to get here back on our flight plan. And I am going to go. I'm too far west right now, and I want to be east
Kenmore
of
Bay, 598 is landing Lake Union.
598, roger.
I actually want to be east of the line because I want to, like I said, drop by Whidbey Island Naval Air Station. Anyway, so if we turn this off, we see our flight plan. We see that if we had this airport doesn't have one, if we had ILS approaches, you see lists of airports here. You can select that and activate your approach through this GPS. Here's all the nearest airports around. There's a fly directly to the selected airport and select one and change our route. Of course, this plane doesn't even do that. You can't set nav on because it doesn't connect or whatever. Too old of a plane, right? And there's the map. Oh, it will automatically set VOR stuff. Notice we just see that the direct that distance measuring equipment just turned on to automatic. Please see where are we going away from? That's a VOR, so 9.4. We're going towards the next one. 9.3 nautical miles to it. Or you can be auto NDB or both. Looks like there's both stand on. Directional beacon, what's the N stand for? Some directional beacon, not a clue. Can't remember right now, brain cramping. So, you can see your airspaces, displaying your airspaces, just look at all the great information for you expert pilots out there. You've got another, that's the next page of that stuff. It shows VORs instead of airports. There's your NDBs instead of airports. Intersections, I-sections, okay. Anyway, better get back to this map. There's some messages in this map. Well, let's check out our scenery. That's looking pretty good. That's looking pretty. Yeah, it's a little bit blurry in spots, but still, even if it's blurry, you're seeing what a pilot would see. Even a little bit farther away, it's blurry to your eyes anyway, unless you're looking through down. It really is. I checked it out with Flight Simulator in mind on the last plane flight I had. A few other things too. Okay, let's back off here and see what this says. For reasons of national security, pilots are requested to avoid flight something below 2,900 MSL in this area. Obviously Langley is over here, there, that edge. Saratoga, whatever that is. There's a little air, it looks like. I want to be a little bit higher, where if I zoom down, watch that snap in, there it goes. So that's another tip, that if you're on a really, really weak machine, I've had the Core 2 Duo running old GT 9600s, and on those machines you just have to sacrifice the pure, unadulterated views of, you know, eyeball view, and back off a little, and then it's easier for your system to render it. And we don't have that much zoom going on now, so see, all of that looks pretty high def at this point. And from this close in the cockpit, you wouldn't notice very much, but go back to 75 zoom and see if that can keep up. Even that has a little bit blur starting to come in. But again, the point is to have, you know, a realistic deal. So experience. So what I would do at this point is go up a little bit. But I'm not going to do that because I want to check out this Whidbey Island Airport. In fact, we're going to go down and then come back up. We're going to check out this this free add-on airport. I think Craig Scott. I think it is Craig Scott. I'll put info. I'll look into the README file and put that info in the description. So let's turn off this. Let's turn off the autopilot. Get back in control here.
Kenmore Base, 0 Kilo Alpha, drops an IMO for Kenmore with 4 passengers and a whole lot of salmon.
A whole lot of salmon? Salmon? Oh, look at that. Oh, took a little while for it to draw back in.
Give us an update when you're closer. Copy 3 fish box.
3 fish box.
Kenmore Base, 355 off Friday Harbor for Lake Union. 355, roger. Have a good flight.
Now we're going to change our perspective and ignore the blurry PhotoReal scenery as we try to see what the what buildings this guy included and what kind of objects did he include. A lot of the free ones are not as, you know, they're not as fancy as some of the payware ones, that's for sure, but at least they're better than having nothing there. This could have been just a dead strip with just nothing but an airplane, or with an airstrip. But I know some flight tubers are like, yeah, heck with the eye candy. Yeah, I'm kind of that way too. I think PhotoReal's the way to go because that's what you're seeing, from above and in reality. So you have a few trees, tree lines. Notice the textures do block out any trees unless you've got trees in the scenery that's been added on top of it. It kind of takes all those trees away that would probably be here, or at least maybe some of those edges are going. Not going to land, but let's see what this guy's got going over here. Got some sort of ball thing over there. It's like a radar thing. Here's a guy in a truck. What is that? I don't know what that is. We're not going to land. Bunch of trailers and a few houses over there, and it looks like some let's say just little umbrella type things. Tree line. We do have Tree X version 2 in here for. Alright, let's go. So there's a little quickie of what that was. Look at that airport on the way. A little diversion from the standard tour. Santa Fuca. That same one is, I think, got up here. We're going to run into, I think it's Lucas or something like that. Let's see how far off. It's going to take us to get back on course here. We're not far off. We're still headed that direction. What's this up here? Go back this map off where we can see some more. Another small airport there. Santa Fuca. Let's go. Make the map bigger.
Anyone headed up to the San Juan? We just passed over a big pot of orchids off Cattle Point. Keep your eyes open as you approach the island. You should get a good view of them. Quite a sight.
No, that's just some Autogen buildings, I think. Yeah, I have it on sparse, but they still show up. No, it's part of that airport. It's an airstrip. There's a little airstrip. That's all default. So she said Cattle Point. Is that, let's really stretch this guy out. There's Cattle Point right there. See that? There's Cattle Point. I can even move the map up a little. So look at all that info on there. If you really need it. Of course, I'll wreck here because I'm not watching what I'm doing. Let's put this back to Mount Vernon. All this info is coming off of the internet. I don't know if it's Jessamine where the weather comes from. We'll have to make sure I get that info. Nice and quiet when that's in the foreground. That was right there. That cattle thing was right where we're headed anyway with the. Oh, I've gone so far out that it's. Oh, right in here, so we want to go, since we're going to be pretty much water here, we want to go up into this area. Since we're going to be mostly water, you will see in just a few seconds for the video, we're going to be up there because I'm gonna cut all of this out of the video. Show that we're getting close to Cattle Point. I'm coming back in from that little cut across the water. See if we can see some of these orcas they were talking about. Some of these splashes you see in the water are an add-in, are an upgrade, additional mod too. Can't mistake those for these supposed orca whales we're supposed to see up here at Cattle Point. There's Lopez Island, airport there. Let's get off the autopilot and get way down, I suppose, to see if that's what we need to do. Where are you, little things? Maybe a little too far west. They have us going right up the middle of that thing. Is that one there? No, that's a leisure boat. These are just some leisure boats down there. We need to be even closer to the water, ignoring our PhotoReal because that's just going to blur up now. I don't know if we're going to see them or not. Because this is our normal route. This is what they're... They come in here. Huh. It's always somewhat disappointing when they say there's going to be something to see, but you don't see them. They were supposed to be along that area. PhotoReal might have something to do with that. But normally it's only different, you know, like close to the edges of land, but right through anywhere you can land this plane, it should be fine. So I guess we're not going to see the orcas today. Unless they were there and I just missed them. Those little waves I was talking about, they may be somewhat funky here, but they really work well for inland waters. So we're getting close to our destination here. So we'll go over the actual... I want to go over the actual airport. Oh, that would be it. Is that Lopez or is that it? Because that is also a free add-on airport that I have installed. And I want to check that out. Thanks to other hobbyists who really get techie in there. and learn how to make all this stuff. Eventually I might do that too, because I might want to create my own photoreal for other areas that aren't covered yet. It'd be nice if the whole world was just done that way. So that's the airport, and strip looks kind of standard. Oh, I see all the buildings there. So I'll bet that's not the way that it is. You know,
66 Zulu, roger.
without it, all these buildings are. Let's go down and see what that stuff is. Yeah, there's planes. Looks like he's not perfectly lined up. Look, there's the reality. Yeah, he's not really on. Doesn't have these things put in the right place. But you wouldn't notice that from high above anyway. Yeah, it's probably throwing off our... Oh, I think we're supposed to be right over here. So let's get landed. Again, if you like my videos, please give us a thumbs up, and visit my channel, All Things Flight Simulator X, to see more. And I will be adding more and more videos all the time. And hopefully you've learned something or got something out of it at least. Please subscribe. If I can get enough likes and enough views, perhaps I can get some new video cards and a new CPU board. I believe that's where we're supposed to be, right? Yep, that's where they want us to go. So let me not wreck this at the very end. Oh, I do have a bonus for you. I did do this once before, and I had it, and I was coming in too fast. So like I said, I have to calm down and get these things and not come in too fast. And you'll see in a moment, if you hang in there, what happened. It's pretty funny. And then we'll end the video. I'm gonna tack that onto the end of this one. I have not achieved on this build of SE. I used to have the box version, and it's a whole different story, but on this build I have not achieved this goal yet, so I want to make sure I actually succeed and don't wreck. And that means stop coming in way too late, not being able to slow down. There's be a lodge or something, what that says. Can't read it anyway. This photoreal might be a problem. Yep, it's going to be a problem. I'm not going to be able to achieve the goal with the photoreal on. Oh, let's just turn it off like I did before. So also, oh look. Oh, I made it. It's not thick enough. Maybe if I come through here. Ugh. You might be able to not have to turn it off and come back. but I have a feeling I'm gonna get locked up right there. I should have. Right there, we're stuck. Should have went faster. Now I'm gonna have to unload it. So bear with me just a moment. I will cut that out. Okay, there we go. So there's supposed to stop right up in here, I believe. Again, if you're sticking around, in a moment I will tack on what happened the last time I did this. Hey, there we go. Unload those passengers. Yay! Finally, I have success. Turn that off. And there's our folks that are picked up. And got my cargo, got my maybe I'll look back at the film because it says that, hey, we saw them. I just didn't see them. Maybe the viewer saw them. Hopefully I'm going to stop this thing before I get there. No, we're going to crash, folks. Well, welcome to crashing. Boom. Done. Ha! So, another failure. I'm going to have to do this again. Son of a gun. Good luck. We're sitting on the dock. Sitting on the dock of the bay. Wondering when I'll go away. Oh boy. That was awful. Wow. I should keep that in here just because it's so funny. It is funny. That is just hilarious in a way. Hope you guys, nobody was sleeping in that. Yeah. That's great. Wow. Again, you want to see some really bad flying, subscribe to my channel at All Things Flight Simulator X. But I have been